Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. If you're new, I'm Nyx with Crowmaid's Apothecary, and today I'm bringing you a tarot pick-a-card reading where we're going to be looking into the life of someone that we no longer have contact with. So for one reason or another, there was some separation that took this person out of our lives, and you're a little bit curious about how it is that they may be doing in their lives after the separation. So what I want you to do is before you choose a pile, I'd like for you to have this person in your mind and really hold them there as you look upon the decks, and make sure you choose intuitively with this person at the forefront of your mind. So starting in the upper left-hand corner with the Art Nouveau Tarot deck and this Tiger's Eye crystal, this is going to be representing group number 1. Beside that, with the Marigold Tarot and this Lapis Lazuli, this will be representing group number 2. On the bottom left-hand corner with the Crow Tarot and this Aura Quartz, this will be representing group number 3. In the center with the Tarot of Mermaids and this Honey Calcite, this is going to be representing group number 4. And then lastly, with the Rider-Waite Tarot deck along with this Black Tourmaline, this is going to be representing group number 5. So go ahead and pause the video if you need time to meditate, and then otherwise, if you are all set with your decision, head on down to the description box below and click on the timestamp that corresponds with the group that you chose. And remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more tarot pick-a-card readings in the future. And now, without further ado, I'll see you guys in your readings. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your reading all about what's going on in the life of the person that you currently have no contact with. So if you chose the Art Nouveau deck along with this Tiger's Eye crystal, this is going to be your reading for this person. And with the Tiger's Eye crystal, this is really here to help instate a strong sense of protection towards you. It can also promote like a positive attitude. So this is maybe well wishes that you have for this person or they have toward you. But it can really help in enhancing your own personal power and bringing about good luck. So if you need protection from this connection or lack of connection with this person, this is here to help you along with that journey. So we're going to go ahead and get started. This will be a fairly quick reading. We're just going to get kind of an overall feeling from this person. So can we get messages from group number 1? From the person that they're thinking about and what's going on in their life beyond this connection. Beyond the connection. Group number 1. We have the Hierophant coming out in the upright position first and foremost. Next we have the Chariot. So this is some very strong energy immediately. We also have the King of Swords in the reverse position. I'm going to pull 2 more cards. We have the Two of Cups reversed. And lastly, we have the 8 of Wands in the upright position. Okay. So what I'm immediately feeling from this reading here is that this person may either be male or they could have masculine energy with them. I'm feeling that strongly due to the fact that we have a majority of male figures showing up in this reading. However, again, as I mentioned, it could be that they just have masculine energy to them. So it could be that they are more like forward or authoritative or very like bold personality kind of thing, or they just take charge, that kind of sense of masculinity. And we're seeing here in the Hierophant that they're kind of sticking to what they know. This is the feeling that I'm getting, is that they are in their own tradition, they're set in their ways, and they're kind of still following along that path beyond you guys' separation. So there hasn't been really, it seems like, big changes going on in their life. I kind of feel like they're still going to remain the same that they have been since when you knew them. So it's not like this person has changed drastically. They're definitely moving on, however, from your separation. So this could have been a X situation. The reason why I'm feeling that most heavily is further along the line in these cards. But again, this could be any sort of connection. This could be just a friendship thing. This could be like old coworkers, anything that you can think of, any sort of tie that you may have had with this person could be relevant. But I'm getting this feeling that they are moving forward because the Chariot is about very strong movement and very much about um, kind of reaffirming that sense that they are very assertive and determined in their ways, kind of thing. So I'm seeing a very steadfast person and someone who believes that they're in the right, even if they might not necessarily be. So just keep that in mind. They definitely still, if this was a connection where it was like they're right or wrong, they think in their mind that they left with dignity and that they were right all along. Even though we're not trying to win things, they're kind of giving off that feeling in this reading. Further on, we have the King of Swords in the reverse position, and with this, why I'm seeing this as such a, like, they really think they're right and everything, is that the King of Swords is a very manipulative card when it's in the reverse position. It's someone who is using what they think mentally they have all this like strength, they have this authority, and like they know the truth, and they're twisting that and they're using it for ways that are more destructive. So this could be a tyrannical type of feeling, and it could be an abusive type of feeling. So that's kind of why I was leaning a little bit more towards that this was a situation where you were with someone who really thought they were right, and then like after you separated, they continue to feel like they are the right one in this situation. We're also seeing the Two of Cups in the reversed position here, which is about breakups. And this is the card that really indicated to me that this was some sort of X situation. Again, it's gonna be different for everyone. Your situation could have been that you were very close friends, that it felt like it could be deeper kind of thing, but like maybe you didn't have any romantic interest in this person whatsoever. You guys were very platonic, but how close you were together, it made it feel like such an intense breakup kind of thing. And so I'm seeing that this is kind of, again, this is kind of like, it's an ex-friend or an ex in general, where it's very strong, you were very strongly tied to this person, and you put a lot of stock into whatever this relationship was. But I am seeing also that they are not reaching that point of having stability with another person like how you were, kind of thing. So they burned a bridge that you guys will never meet back together on, and they're kind of feeling that. They kind of know that they don't have that in their life anymore. They don't have that support that you gave them, or whatever it is that you brought to the relationship. It just isn't being fulfilled anymore. This card can also indicate some like lack of harmony as well. So it could be that they're going through some sort of turbulent time, or it could be that they're still having turbulent thoughts about how this separation happened. Because again, in the Chariot, it's very clear that they're like trying to move forward. They're just pushing forward kind of thing without really looking back at their actions and realizing what it was that, where they were in the wrong. And then lastly here we have the Eight of Wands. And in this card here, this is again indicative of like movement, very quick change, and really speeding through something. So I don't think they're slowing down at any point to recognize their fault. I'm kind of getting this feeling like they're gonna stay on this path, and it's gonna be really hard to either ever meet back up in a place of like, you guys both coming from a sense of like maturity and really meeting in the middle and being like, let's resolve whatever happened. I'm kind of seeing, at least in this point in their life, that they're just trying to like forget about what happened, and they're not really trying to do anything to check in with you or help the situation or anything like that. So I'm going to pull a couple more cards just to see if there's any more signs, if there's any more clarification that we can get. Firstly, we've got a couple cards coming through here. We have Libra coming out first, which says harmony, charming, and connection. So this could be either a sun, moon, or rising on your side or their side is kind of what I'm getting. Same thing with Scorpio. So it could be sun, moon, or rising of yours or theirs. And in Scorpio, it says honest, determined, and focused. So it could be that maybe these are the two signs that you two are. That could be indicative of it. The other thing too that we can get from these cards is, especially with how this seems to play out, is that Libra can be very, very much like a people-pleasing sort of person, where they want to do all that they can to appease somebody and it's not working for them. And on the other hand, with Scorpio, Scorpio can be someone who is very much someone who is very secretive of their life. They only let a certain few people in because they're afraid of getting hurt and things like that. So it could be that you or this person maybe have those sorts of traits in their life, even if you guys aren't those signs. Let's pull one more of these. Feeling one more. And lastly, we have Crown coming through, which says connected and elevated. So I'm getting this feeling with this card is that perhaps you guys are still, let's put this in here. Perhaps you guys are still really connected in the sense that like you can kind of sense when they're thinking about you, or you kind of still feel like you're thinking about them a lot. Even if you don't want to be, you're still in your mind being like, oh, but I still like kind of miss them. I kind of miss the good old days when we were getting along and whatnot. So I'm kind of getting that vibe from the card. We are gonna pull one more message from here. This one says, ask yourself, who am I being today? Now recalibrate. So I'm seeing this as sort of like, who are you beyond this connection? So who are you now that you do not have access to this person? And do you like who you are? Try to see if you are holding yourself back because maybe you're so sad that this connection ended, or maybe you're so hurt from how this connection ended. And try to determine where you're at and see if there is some healing that needs to happen, because I'm feeling like there's some healing that needs to happen on your end. And try to realign yourself with who you were before this person. That's the feeling that I'm getting. We're also gonna roll the Astro Dice 3 times, see if there's any further signs or messages that we could pull. Firstly, we have coming out as Aries. So again, kind of that really headstrong feeling. This could be your sun, moon, or rising or theirs, but yeah, it's very much determined and headstrong, like wanting to charge forward, wanting to go about your path. We also have Capricorn coming out. And lastly, we have Aries again. So it could be that you or this person is an Aries, because we are seeing it a fair few times in this reading. So if you liked this reading or it resonated with you, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more Tarot Pick a Card readings in the future. And also, if you feel inclined to do so, leave a butterfly emoji in the comment box below to let myself and others know that you did reach this point in your reading. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to your reading all about this person and the connection that you once had, and now how it is that they are going on with their lives beyond you guys' connection, this no contact situation that you've got going on. So we have the Marigold Tarot along with this Lapis Lazuli for you, group number 2. And with the Lapis Lazuli, this is here to really bring out the truth. This brings out clear messages and is great when it comes to sharing information with one another. It also really helps protect against psychic attacks. So if you are somebody who is nervous about potentially this person trying to do something on their end, maybe trying to perform a hex or just overall sending you bad luck, this is here to protect you from anything that could be coming your way because of the nature of this person. So we're going to go ahead and get started. This will be a fairly quick reading. We're just going to get the overall general messages and vibes from this person. So can we get in contact with group number 2's person, the person that they've got on their mind right now? What's going on beyond this connection? Firstly, we have the 7 of Swords coming out. Also, the King of Cups fell out. We have Ace of Swords, 2 of Wands, and one more. Let's go with one more. And lastly, we have the Lovers in the reversed position. Okay. Got some clear messages coming through for you guys. Starting with the 7 of Swords, we are seeing that something sneaky happened. That's the vibe that I'm getting. So there was some sort of betrayal or deception that went on. Perhaps you were seen as a scapegoat in some regard. It could be that they were doing moves that made it seem like they were either in the right or made it seem like they were innocent or oblivious to what was going on around you. So perhaps you were involved in a situation where other people were blaming you for something and they kind of didn't act. They were kind of like, oh, I'm just here. And it kind of it hurt you definitely deep down, and you had to kind of pull away from that. But I am seeing that this is an intentional thing, is that this person didn't do it out of either omitting the truth to you. Well, they omitted the truth to you, but they didn't do it passively. They definitely did it because they saw an opportunity and they took it. We're seeing in the King of Cups that they definitely are trying to get back to a sense of normalcy. They're trying to get control of their emotions and balance their emotions back out, because I'm kind of getting this feeling like there was so much going on in their life and on their plate that they couldn't handle everything that was happening, and they had to act this way in order to pull away and take care of themselves because they were just feeling imbalanced, and their loyalties were with other people instead of devoted entirely to you. And that is obviously very hard, but it could be that maybe you were part of a friendship group that you came in on and you were still kind of the newer person in that friendship group, and it needed to fall away as it did. We're also seeing in the Ace of Swords, however, that they are going to have this mental clarity. They're going through, and they're going to be going through this really intense breakthrough where they're going to be able to take charge of their mindset and they're going to be able to push forward with their life with like a renewed sense of vigor, and they are going to finally feel okay and have this balance that they needed in their life back when you two were aligned with one another. But we're seeing in the Two of Wands that they're continuing to make future plans. They've made their decision and they're sticking to it, and they're going to continue to discover themselves and continue to progress forward in their life. But I'm also getting the feeling that this person was a maybe not kind of relationship. Either you guys never put a label on it, or maybe you tiptoed around the idea of potentially getting together or having some sort of situation where you were more romantically involved, because we are seeing the Lovers coming out. And so I'm getting this feeling like there was kind of a spark that was there, that you both noticed, but either you didn't speak on it, or if you did speak on it, you guys never went through with anything. I'm definitely getting more of that kind of connection in this reading versus anything else, specifically because the Lovers did come through. Also with the Lovers reversed, I'm seeing this as there's two things. One, that they may have seen you in that way, and I don't see it coming together again. I'm seeing this as sort of, this had to happen for them to grow, and they do, I'm getting this like really intense message that they do feel sorry, but there isn't really any way to say it to you. Like, either the no contact is to the point where like you guys changed your social media so you don't know how to get in contact with one another, or they're afraid of how they hurt you and they don't know how to apologize for that. So they're thinking the best way to stay separated is to just not contact. I'm seeing this as a remainder of no contact. And with the Lovers in reversed, I'm seeing that they went through a time where simply a lot of things were not aligned with how they wanted it in their life. They felt very imbalanced, and maybe they're still in this sense of disharmony where things are not working out perfectly for them. They're still mentally struggling. They will get a breakthrough eventually. They will heal eventually, but they're stuck a little bit. And also they need self-love. They recognize that they need to take care of themselves because of what happened here, what happened with you, and how the separation happened. They don't want to do that in the future to other people, and they're sorry that you were the one who had to experience that, but they refuse to do that again, which is very mature of them. It's hard to hear that you might not ever get a I'm sorry from them, but at least you know that they are not going to do that in the future. I'm also getting some masculine vibes from these cards too. So this could be someone who either identifies as male, or they could just have masculine traits. I'm going to pull a few more cards. I'm going to pull 3 cards to see if we can get any further messages. Firstly, we have Capricorn that came out. We have Citrine, which is abundance, and then there's actually 2 more, so I'm going to take these. Smoky Quartz and Aquamarine. Okay. So Capricorn could be your sun, moon, or rising, or theirs. It says, again, determined, ambitious, and integrity on it. So I am seeing at least their actions, even if they aren't a Capricorn, I'm seeing them trying to take responsibility and that integrity, and really trying to commit that to their life for the future, like how a Capricorn would. We're also seeing citrine, which can stand for abundance, and I also equate citrine to happiness, like positivity and happiness. So I think this person is really wishing you the best as well. I'm kind of getting the feeling like you don't want their life to be harsh, and they don't want your life to be going harshly either. I'm seeing that along with the smoky quartz here in protection, is that you two really would rather protect each other's energy, and you're fine. I almost get this feeling like you're fine with the separation, because even if you miss them, that you know that as long as they're doing okay, then you're happy, is the feeling that I'm getting. And then we're also seeing in aquamarine, this says courage. So just to know that both you and this person have the courage to move on from the situation and have the courage to really live your lives, even if it is in separation, even if you guys never come back together to really be able to understand what happened or become friends again or anything like that. I think that you guys have the courage to move on. And then this last message that fell out says, give love, create love, be love, love, receive love, emanate love, speak love, and anchor love. So again, I really am getting vibes from this that you guys were probably close to being in a romantic relationship, or it was just so strong that maybe you guys just really loved each other on a deeper level, even if it wasn't romantic. Maybe there was just some pull that you had to this person and they had for you. And now that you guys are separated, you guys still have those inherent feelings of love for one another, even if you can't reach. And I think that they feel the same way towards you that you do them. So periodically, if they come up into your mind and you're just like, oh, I really miss them, like I hope they're doing well, I think they kind of do the same thing for you. So if you're not feeling it, just know that that is likely coming your way. We're going to roll the Astro Dice for any last messages too, any last signs for group number 2's person or for them. Firstly, we have coming out is Libra. So you guys could have had a really bubbly relationship where you're very social and talkative. We have Aquarius. It could be you guys' sun, moon, or risings, or maybe you guys were very authentically yourselves in this relationship. And lastly, we have Virgo. So again, it could be your sun, moon, or rising, or maybe you guys kept each other really grounded, and maybe you knew how to, I'm getting this feeling like you guys knew how to communicate like really well with one another, and maybe you didn't, maybe you got a little scared because you were like, how am I going to meet another person that I communicate so well with, kind of thing. So that's what I got for you, group number 2. I hope that everything goes well with you. And if you liked this reading, remember to leave a like, comment, or subscribe for more tarot pick card readings in the future. And also, if you are feeling inclined to do so, leave a sun emoji in the comment box below to let myself and others know that you got this far in your reading. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading dealing with this connection that you no longer have contact with. So make sure you keep this person in your mind, because we're going to try to pull messages from them and kind of see how their life is going beyond you guys' connection. So if you chose the Crow Tarot along with this Aura Quartz, this will be your reading. And the Aura Quartz is really here to help you heal physically, spiritually, and emotionally. So if you had this strong bond with this person and you are feeling, you felt this grief when you lost this person, this is really here to help heal you from those situations. So we're going to set the crystal over there. And in this reading, this is going to be fairly short. We're going to just get some quick messages. We're going to tap into group number 3's person. And can we get some messages from this person? I already have a very strong message because I tried to shuffle my cards like that, which I've never had an issue before, and they like tried to bend. We have the King of Wands. Okay. tapping into group three's person and their energy beyond this connection. What messages can we receive? And one more for group three. One, please, and thank you. All right. I'm actually going to shuffle these through here. All right, so getting started with you, group number three. I'm seeing that this person is very much a person who is in control. So they are someone who is either a person who maybe they run their own business. They're kind of like a boss. They give me this feeling of having a lot of confidence, a lot of courage. They're also giving me kind of like almost stubborn vibes. Like when I went to shuffle those cards and they got like stuck together, it felt very like bluntly like, no. Like it felt like they were stopping me in shuffling. So I'm getting somebody who's very strong and maybe puts down really extreme boundaries, and it's kind of their way or the highway. It's kind of the initial feeling that I'm getting from this person. I am seeing this kind of as a situation where they may be someone who is more of a like parent sort of situation, or someone who has like authority over you. This could also be someone who, if they aren't a parent or have some sort of authority over you, they could potentially just be a little bit older than you too. And they kind of give off those like strong, like structured vibes. I'm also seeing with this person that they kind of have pretty even masculine and feminine traits. I am leaning more masculine, but I'm kind of getting this feeling that this person is in touch with both sides and they do know how to rule from both of those sides. We're seeing this reading here bookend with a king and a queen. So that's why I'm kind of getting that feeling that they do know how to tap into their emotions as well as being able to be determined and aggressive kind of thing. So that's kind of the overall vibe I'm getting from this person. I'm seeing, however, that beyond this separation, they're kind of in this hanged man structure where they almost can't let go. They're kind of in a space of suspension where they sort of don't know what to do now that you are out of their life. They, I think, are realizing that they lost someone who was very important to them, but now that they don't know how to get you back, they're stuck. They just really don't know where to go, what to turn to. I'm seeing that they do need to go through a process of letting go, because I feel like you had to come in and set some extreme boundaries with this person, or it's possible that you haven't set boundaries yet and you need, like, you're going through the process of no contact. It almost feels like when I was shuffling, how like the cards all bent and everything, it felt like holding on and that person trying to stop me kind of thing. That if it's not no contact yet, it's going to be, and you're just kind of trying to get to that point. But I'm seeing that they are going to need to let you go one way or another, because you are being very clear with your boundaries and they have to deal with that. We're also seeing in the Five of Swords, however, that this person is not going to go without a fight. This is a card of conflict. it is a card that sort of gives you the vibe of like winning at all costs. So they will stop at nothing in order to get what they want, and they are willing to kind of backstab. It's the vibe that I'm getting. It could be too that if it's not someone who's willing to go out of the way to fight you, it could be that they are currently suffering a loss. So they're still in that phase where like it kind of shocked them, you guys' departure from one another, and now they're getting to that point where they've been defeated and they have to learn to accept that. And it's making their life really hectic, because I think this is probably like, I don't know if you ever put your foot down with them before, but this kind of feels like there was a situation that went on and then it was like the straw that broke the camel's back, where like you were just done. Like you were like, I'm sick of this, I'm leaving. And they have never seen that side of you before, so this is really a shock to them. But we're seeing here in the Page of Pentacles that in this one, this is giving me the feeling like, because this card normally deals a lot with like financial things, that I'm seeing this more as this is an opportunity for them to grow a little bit. And it also deals with manifestation. So perhaps they're trying to manifest like a better outcome. Maybe they'll get to the point after this defeat where they're hoping for a reconnection with you, which is something that you could explore if they grow and if certain situations have been resolved properly. You can't just forgive them if they like turn around the next day and they're like, sorry, I didn't mean it, and then they keep doing it to you. Like, you have to see actual growth and change before you're willing to forgive this person and let them back into your life, is what I'm seeing. So I think they're here manifesting a potential relationship or just connection with you again. I don't see them as necessarily stopping, though. That's the vibe that I'm getting. Is like they may still try to text you, or they may, if there's somebody who like follows you on social media, maybe you unfollowed them, but they're still following you, kind of thing, or they're trying to check up on you in some way. And until you are ready and willing to let them back in, it's not going to happen, because you have been super strict with your boundaries. I'm also getting this feeling too that like they're really willing, but you're like, you have to prove it to me, and you also don't have to let them back in. Whether this was a parent or someone around you who has like authority over you, or just older than you or something, you don't have to give in to them if they're not somebody that you want in your life anymore. So you put up your boundaries for a reason. You do not need to ever get back in contact with them if that's not something that you want. But lastly, we are seeing in the Queen of Pentacles here that this card is about having security and very motherly feelings. So that's again another point towards how I was feeling like this could be some sort of parent. And they're very practical as well. So it could be that they are going throughout some sort of learning, some sort of growth and change, because we're seeing this sort of growth from the Page to the Queen. So maybe they start to recognize, now that they don't have that contact with you, they start to recognize the situation. I don't see them as being there yet, though. Like, if anything, I think you guys are at this stage in their journey, is that they're still kind of suffering that defeat, or they're still trying. And until they learn to accept your boundaries, they can't, they won't be able to reach you. That's the feeling that I'm getting. We're going to shuffle these cards as well. Don't stop me this time. And we're going to see if we can get any last messages for group number 3 about their person. We have a full moon coming out. We also have Taurus. And we have Pisces. I'm actually going to move these guys over. So in the center here, we did have full moon. I celebrate being whole coming out. So this could be something that they could be celebrating later, where they do recognize what they did wrong and they end up apologizing to you and maybe rekindling that connection, and then they get that feeling of feeling whole. Or this could be a celebration on your behalf, where because you put up these boundaries, that now you feel like you're in control of your life and you feel whole being without this person. So those are the two vibes that I'm getting from this, whichever way feels right to you, whichever way resonates with you most. We also have a Taurus coming through, which says patient, caring, and calm. So this could be your sun, moon, or rising, or theirs. And then also Pisces, imaginative, empathetic, and adaptable. I'm also getting from both of these, other than this possibly being either of you guys' sun, moon, or risings, that while Taurus can be patient, caring, and calm, they can also be so stubborn. We love you, Taurus. But they could be, it could be that that's where that driving force is, that wanting to keep going and keep trying kind of thing. They don't give up, very persistent. That it could be drawing from that, and it could be a sign of someone who's very stubborn. And on the opposite end of Pisces, while it does say imaginative, empathetic, and adaptable, is Pisces can sometimes be, again, we love you, Pisces, they can be either wishy-washy or they can be very emotionally manipulative in certain situations. If there are Pisces that doesn't have control over their emotions, they can use those against you. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, so this is not me trying to call out Taurus and Pisces to be like, wow, watch out for them. Not at all. But it is something to just keep in mind, that these are traits that this person can be pulling from. Even if they're not a Pisces, they could be doing that sort of thing. Again, that sort of feeling of being manipulative, especially emotionally. We're going to go ahead and roll this Astro Dice for any last message. Actually, before we roll the Astro Dice, my apologies, we're going to pull one last message. I almost forgot. I tried to charge forward. Did you see that? Last message for group 3. We have life changes when the way you perceive things changes. Challenging your perception changes your life. This is giving me the Hanged Man vibes as well, because it is that suspension, that changing of your perception in order to see something new. So maybe this is more of a lesson that they need to be hearing, is that they need to go through that change in order to reach you. It could also be possibly that when you're away from this person, you can kind of see better why it is that they acted that way. That's another message I'm getting. You don't agree with it and you don't condone it, but maybe you can kind of see why. So now we're going to roll the Astro Dice for any last messages. My apologies. So first and foremost, we have Aquarius coming through. So this could be your sun, moon, or rising, or theirs. Aquarius could also be really bringing out this feeling of you needing to be yourself, you really needing to take care of yourself and not being afraid of being who you are beyond this connection that no longer is. We also have Gemini coming through. So again, your sun, moon, or rising, or theirs. And with Gemini, Geminis are very analytical and they overthink a lot of things. So it could be that you may be overthinking certain situations going on with this, or it's on your mind a lot. Also, Gemini dealing with communication too. So if you want a block of communication, you can block off that communication. If you want there to be that avenue open, it can be open. And then lastly, we have Pisces coming through again. So it could be your sun, moon, or rising, or theirs. And also listening to your emotions, because Pisces can be so dreamy and just get swept away in their emotions that it's great to know them, but not to be taken away by them. So just be careful about your emotions and don't be stuck in them and be stuck in darkness if that's not to your benefit. So if you liked this reading or it resonated with you, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more tarot pick card readings in the future. And also, if you'd like to, feel free to leave a full moon emoji in the comment box below to let myself and others know that you did get this far in your reading. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hello, group number 4. Here is your reading all about this no contact relationship and what it is that is going on in their life beyond the relationship. So after you guys called it quits, whoever made that decision, we're going to be kind of looking into their life now and what's going on for their future. So if you chose the Tarot of Mermaids along with this Honey Calcite, then this will be your reading. And in the Honey Calcite, this is really here to help give you this warm, nurturing energy. It's also here to provide a sense of safety and self-worth. The Honey Calcite also deals heavily in really bringing about balance and a soothing nature for those who have undergone some intense abuse or trauma in their life. So this is here to help protect you throughout this reading. So we're gonna get started by doing a little shuffle. And what I wanna do is I want to get in contact with your person that you're thinking of. And it's gonna be a fairly quick reading. We're not gonna be going too in depth today. We're going to pull messages for group number 4's person. What's going on outside of their relationship, this no contact relationship with this person. We have Judgment coming out in upright position. We have the Queen of Cups in the reverse position. We have the 9 of Pentacles reversed. The King of Wands in the reverse position. We've got one more for group 4's person. The 4 of Swords in the reverse position. Okay, we have got some strong energy for you, group number 4. So what I'm seeing here is that, especially with Judgment coming out immediately, this needed to happen. It kind of feels like this intrinsic separation that needed to happen between you two. So if you're holding on to some sense of guilt, I want you to release that, because I think that this was a very strong connection and you are almost taking it on yourself, like you feel bad that this needed to happen. I don't know if this was you making the call or they made the call and you were involved in it, in the sense of like they needed to pull away from you for your own benefit. I don't know if they have like the wherewithal to have done that, but maybe they did it to protect you. I'm seeing this though as like, this is an absolution card. So this needed to happen. And because of this happening, they could possibly be going through a sense of rebirth. So it could be something like the trajectory of this is intensely changing their life one way or another. It's a very like deep card, especially with it coming out first and foremost. It almost feels like this had to happen to them, kind of thing, if that makes sense. I know it's gonna be really like intense for some of you, but I'm getting this feeling like you guys were really, really close in some way. So this was either a familial bond or it was a really deep relationship, whether that be a romantic relationship or a friendship that was very, very deep. I'm getting this feeling like whatever happened, it needed to happen. So let's head forward. We have the Queen of Cups coming out in the reverse position, and this card is about having this inability to really tap into your emotions. So I'm feeling like they're emotionally imbalanced, or they don't know how to flow with their emotions properly. So I'm getting that feeling of it could have been almost like walking on eggshells around them, or it was really hard to bring things up. And they're still kind of that way. We're also seeing this is a codependency card. So it could be that maybe you guys were like that. It could have been that your relationship was founded on this sense of enabling one another. And that's one of the reasons why it was so hard to pull away from this situation and pull away from this connection. Or it could be that they're codependent to where they clung on to you. It almost felt like a parasite and host situation. And that's what they do to people. Like, I'm getting this feeling like they cling on to people and don't let go, kind of feeling. We're seeing also in the Nine of Pentacles reversed that this could have caused some sort of financial instability either in your life or theirs, but I'm seeing it more like in their life. Either you were someone who was providing, or there was some sort of connection where like they got benefits because you were around, and now that's not there. And we're also seeing with the Nine of Pentacles reversed that it could be that they're overworking themselves now. Now that that connection isn't there, they're really, really focused in on their work. Maybe they're putting in a lot of hours because they're trying to make up whatever loss that came from you leaving their life. We're seeing next to it in the King of Wands reversed that this is this sort of like very fast, sort of impulsive nature. It's someone who's very, very ruthless in their decisions, and they could really hold people to a really, really high standard. And if people don't meet that standard, then it just fails. So I'm kind of getting this feeling like beyond you guys' connection, yes, it needed to happen, but they're kind of like wallowing. Do you get what I mean by that? It's like they haven't found how to move on, and they're really stuck in this sort of like cycle. Like they're wallowing, so it's like feeding into it, and it's just going over and over again, kind of thing. I don't know how long it's been that you guys have been separated for, but I'm really getting this feeling like it's almost like they're playing victim, like nothing in their life has gone right like beyond this point, like since you did this, like things haven't turned out the way that they wanted it to, and they almost blame you because of it. And you feel a little bit guilty because you're like, maybe I could have done things differently and I could have made it easier for them, or like we could have parted in a better way. But I'm also seeing here in the Four of Swords reverse that like this here is about like a lack of progress. So that's why I mean is that like it feels like it's a cycle, is that they are still the same person that they were here. I'm getting this feeling like a lot. I don't know. This is going to be obviously for some people because this is a general reading. So this is only going to be for certain people. But I'm getting like there's been a long stretch of time. And like it might not feel like a long stretch of time to you because like when we're living it, it doesn't feel like it's that long. But I'm getting this feeling like it's been a while. So I'm thinking like 10 years. Like for some it's 10 and for some it's 20. That seems really wild that like 10 and 20 are coming into my head. I don't know. I guess you could apply it to like 10 weeks, 10 months, but I'm really feeling like 10 years that this has gone on and just nothing has changed. They're really the same person. But also going back to the Four of Swords reverse, sorry, the ADHD kicked in. This is like them burning out, them having this restless nature, and again, just not progressing further in their life. So that's the feeling that I'm getting for this is like, I feel like exhausted too. Like, I feel like I've been out of breath this whole time. Like, it just feels like I'm moping, basically. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can pull any more messages from this deck here. So what messages can we receive for group number 4's person? What has been going on beyond this contact? Seems like not a whole lot, if I'm gonna be honest. We have the first one coming out is Fireweed, and it says ignite new possibilities and adventures. We would hope that for them, to be honest. Move on from whatever happened. Be able to ignite something new in their lives, you know what I mean? We also have Cancer coming through. Let's go one more. And we have Waning Crescent. So in Cancer here, it shows nurturing, loyal, and sensitive. So this could be your sun, moon, or rising, or it could be theirs. Or perhaps one of you are water signs. There's a lot of water, obviously, with the Tarot of Mermaids and then Cancer coming out. The other thing with Cancer too is sometimes while Cancer could be nurturing, loyal, and sensitive, some of the downsides of Cancer is a feeling of being like far too sensitive, like being affected way too deeply and letting their emotions take over kind of thing. So it might not be that the person is a Cancer sign, but it could be that they're kind of having that negative trait come through. And we love Cancer. We don't want any Cancers offended. It's just that is we all have strengths and flaws, and that is a flaw generally of Cancer, is being ruled by our emotions to the point where we can't see beyond it kind of thing. We also have Waning Crescent coming through that says, I pause in stillness and reflect. I think that I didn't really talk about Fireweed either, so let's go at this together. With this one, I think that this may be like a wish that you have for them. It's like you wish that they could really come through and change and have like something new in their life, because I am feeling such a stillness and such a wallowing kind of situation. And then also in Waning Crescent, I pause in stillness and reflect is another wish for them, is that we wish that they could see what happened and like why this connection was severed. But it just feels like they aren't recognizing it. I also think that this is going to remain no contact. For those of you who were worried, unless you want to reach out, I really think that you guys are in such separate points in life. And like, I kind of mentioned it with the 10 years, as like so much time has gone by that it's like, you're not, it's not even that you're not bothered anymore, but like, it's just so much has gone on in your life that you don't even think about this person often. But like, they just happen to pop up in your head because of the title or anything like that. So I'm getting this feeling like you deep down wish these things for this person, but like you'll never know because you're not willing to go beyond this, which I don't think you have to. You really don't have to. I'm gonna pull one last message from here. Last message for group 4. This one says, be weirder. It will keep you sane. Seriously. So I don't know. Maybe this person was a little strange. Or maybe you were a little too weird for them and that's why you needed to cut it out. I think just you allowing yourself to be fully yourself beyond this connection is going to just keep helping you heal from it. And not thinking about the like, what could have happened and how could I have changed things and fixed things. I think that you need to just freely be yourself because that is what will keep you sane. Like you don't need to be the one that pauses to reflect. You've done that. I'm getting this feeling like you've already been there and they haven't, is what I'm getting. So we're gonna roll this Astro Dice for any last messages, any last traits. We have Aquarius coming through. So it could be your sun, moon, or rising, or theirs. And with Aquarius, this is once again letting you know to be yourself. Like Aquariuses are not afraid to live their authentic lives. So for this is like my card for Aquarius is be weird, because Aquarius are not afraid. We also have Gemini coming through, so it could be your sun, moon, or rising, or theirs. And with Gemini, some traits that I always pull from is that they're very analytical and they like to overthink absolutely everything. So it could be that during the separation, as you overthought a lot about the what could have happened kind of thing, but you need to let go of that, because I don't think that anything that you did they were going to see. I feel like that it was always going to be kind of like them taking it on themselves and being like, oh, I'm the victim, like kind of thing. So I think that you can really change the outcome of how that separation happened. And lastly, we have coming through is Scorpio. So we have another water sign coming through. Could be your sun, moon, or rising, or theirs. And with Scorpio, Scorpios can live a very, very passionate life. So it could have been a passionate romance, or it could have been just really intensely deep relationship where it was very hard to pull out of it. If it wasn't a romantic or sexual relationship, it could have just been that it was like kicking and screaming to get out of this relationship. That very intense passion kept you guys so intensely together, kind of thing. So if you liked this reading or it resonated with you, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more tarot pick card readings in the future. And also, if you feel like you'd like to do so, you could leave a mermaid emoji if you want to, something to do with water in the comment box below to let myself and others know that you did reach this point in your reading. And I hope everything goes well for you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day. Hello, group number 5. This is your reading all about the no contact situationship that you had and how it is that they are doing in their life beyond this contact, beyond this relationship that you guys have separated from. So if you chose the Rider-Waite Tarot deck along with the Black Tourmaline, then this is going to be your reading. And in the Black Tourmaline, this is here to really help repel and block any sort of negative energy or physical attack. So it's really here to help pull away those negative energies and keep you safe, purified, cleansed, all of that good stuff. So we're going to place that right over there to keep you safe during this reading. And we're going to get started just by shuffling the deck. This will be a fairly quick reading because we're just going to get some initial messages about your person. So tuning into group 5's person, what is going on with their connection and what has happened beyond their connection, beyond this no contact connection? We have the Fool coming out in the reversed position, followed by the Ace of Cups in the reversed position. Ooh, I meant to grab one and I got two. We've got the Devil coming out in the reversed position, as well as the Six of Swords reversed. And I'm going to pull one more, so apologies for the messed up looking cards. And lastly, the Six of Pentacles in the reversed position. Okay. Woo. I had some really fast-paced energy. I did not nearly pull the cards as quickly in the other piles as I did in this one. So I'm getting this feeling like this was a very quick separation, I think. I think it was also extremely needed. I'm getting masculine vibes as well. So this could be somebody who has masculine energy or is someone who identifies as male. But what I'm seeing first and foremost is that this was someone who was very reckless, or they could be somebody who possibly would take a lot of risks, or maybe it was a risk being in this situation with this person. I'm feeling kind of like there is some sort of naive nature here. So this was either you being naive going into this sort of situation, or this person was naive feeling. But I'm seeing this as kind of like, not even that it was a light relationship, because there are a few cards that indicate otherwise later on. But I think that it started out almost like it was like sunshine and rainbows and everything was great. And then it just kind of plummeted very quickly. I don't know if maybe you just saw this person's true colors very swiftly and that's why you made your decision. But I'm seeing that this person is really having a hard time with it. I think that you had to put boundaries and say no, or there was some need for separation. And because of the separation, they've been kind of lost beyond it. Because what I'm seeing in the Ace of Cups in the reverse position is that this is about having a hard time tapping into our emotions. So they could be having blocked or repressed emotions where they're not able to, maybe they're not even able to cry about the situation, or maybe you're not able to cry about the situation. And that's been manifesting in other ways. It's been things have been being taken out on because they can't get in contact with their emotions. I kind of getting this feeling they're doing really weird petty things. If it was a friendship breakup or an ex or something, I'm getting this feeling obviously blocked is they could have just downright blocked you. But I'm getting this feeling they were kind of messy about it. They blocked you and then unblocked you, or unblocked you and then followed you again and then blocked you again. Something weird happened. I'm getting this feeling with they definitely stalk your social media. I did not get this feeling beyond any of the other cards, is that I'm getting this feeling that's why it's the Fool. They did something really foolish. And I feel this was a recent thing too. I don't think this has been a long time sort of situation. I kind of feel this happened a little bit recently. And if it hasn't happened yet, it's going to, is you're gonna notice some slip up on something. They're either gonna like your post, or they're gonna like something that you're tagged in, or bring up a memory on Facebook, or like there's gonna be something weird that, like, if they weren't looking at your social media, then like this wouldn't have happened. But because it happened, you know that they're still like kind of stalking you. That's the feeling I'm getting. I'm sorry. We're getting from the devil that in the reverse position, he is here about there's some sort of detachment happening, and there is also a feeling of breaking free from something. So I think that this can either represent you or it can represent them. I'm having a hard time with this one because very distinctly all of the rest of the readings were very much like, this is how this person was and this is how they feel now. But I'm getting kind of like, this could be you or them. You're not the one who makes the foolish mistake, though. I don't think you're the one who's stalking and accidentally clicks like. I think that's something they do. But I think you both kind of need this detachment from one another, especially like in the devil. You can see like the lovers are here and they're being trapped by the devil. So I think this is something where you both need to fully pull away, and if this is what you want. Obviously, if you guys are kind of like that on again, off again couple, and you're not quite sure if you want to be rid of this person, just be careful and don't fall into usual trappings, I guess. I do see this as a potential that you guys could get back together in the sense of like talking again, if you want that to be a thing. I don't see it as being a thing outright. Like one of you would have to kind of break in order to make that first move. But I really think that the devil reverse is here to let you know that you guys would be better apart, because reversed, it's about reclaiming your power and really being able to push forward with your life beyond the situation that happened. And we're seeing the Six of Swords in the reversed position. And this card here indicates that someone can't move on. There's some sort of baggage that is holding them back from actually being able to move on from the situation. So this is where I'm getting more intense vibes that it's them that's not able to move on. They're the ones stalking your social media and accidentally clicking. Like, they're not using this chance to pull away, and instead they're kind of still clinging on to you. And you may be the person that breaks away and stops this connection from continuing. Again, if you want it to come back, that's in your power. But I feel like most people who watch no contact videos don't necessarily want to get back in contact with people. So if this is if you are a like, well, they liked my post, so I kind of want to DM them. I'm kind of getting this feeling for some of you. If that's you, this is your sign to not do that. I can't control your life. You do whatever you want, but just be careful. But I am seeing that there's somebody here that can't move on. I'm also like, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting again, but like I haven't really laughed throughout all of these, but this reading has really made me like get the giggles and be laughing a lot. So I feel like you guys are kind of like silly with each other and like playful with one another. I feel like this was like a misunderstanding kind of thing, or like just you knew like immediately that there was like a red flag that you were like, no, you're fun, you're fine, but like not for me. And now it's kind of like silly. There's something going on that's silly. We're also seeing here in the Six of Pentacles in the reverse position that this can deal with some sort of debt or some sort of one-sided like charity or something. I'm getting this feeling like this was such a new relationship, but it like delved into something really intense really fast. I hope that money wasn't involved. The one-sided charity or debt sort of thing, I'm getting this feeling like one of you owes the other person some money, or one of you put your all into this and the other person didn't really. They didn't take it as seriously as the other person did, or like as deeply, kind of thing. So this can also indicate selflessness though. So maybe they're trying to, I don't know, because of this blocked, I don't know if they can move on right now. I think they're a little bit stuck on you. They're a little bit obsessed. So I'm kind of getting this feeling like they're really, really invested in you. And I can't get the vibe from you right now if you want this to be no contact, or if you're kind of wishing that they would just DM you, like they would be a fool and DM you, because then you'd have an excuse to be like, I guess I'll message you back. I don't know why that's coming through so strong. Like literally none of the other readings were like this one. You guys have a silly reading. I'm gonna flip this card over. So we're gonna pull a couple last few messages. There's another card. I apologize. We're going to pull last couple messages for group 5 and their person. We have Ghost Pipe coming through. It says immerse in your shadow's wisdom. So I think it's indicating that you kind of know better than to like go forward with this. We also have coming out a heart. It says gratitude and compassion on there. Any other messages? Group 5's person. And that's sacral, which says creativity and self-love. Okay. So I think you know better than to get involved with this person again. I think you know when you're doing things just for attention because you're bored versus when you actually want it. Is kind of the message I'm getting. I'm sorry if that's harsh. I'm kind of getting that feeling. Also just knowing that maybe it would be better to just let this go. But I am seeing here in a heart, it says gratitude and compassion is like, you don't wish ill against this person. Like you don't want anything bad to happen to them or anything. I don't think they wish anything bad on you either, because we're seeing here in sacral, it says creativity and self-love. I think that like, that's you giving yourself self-love beyond this situation. And I think that's something that they need to do in order to move on. I think they clung on to you really, really hard, and like they're really having a hard time in just letting you go. But we do see here in heart that like, I think this was like a playful sort of relationship that just like, you both recognize it wasn't gonna work. And now you're both being silly. I'm sorry, that's just the messages I'm getting. So we're going to pull one last message. Flung out. Oh my gosh. This landed on heart, by the way. It says, what am I choosing? What am I choosing? What am I choosing? What am I choosing? Do you want to be in contact with this person again? In the comment box below, tell me if you want to talk to this person again. I wonder if you're kind of like, maybe that's it. Maybe it's not necessarily that you like are necessarily opposed, but maybe they made some foolish moves and you were like, listen, I don't want this in my life. And because they made that mistake, you had to put your foot down, and they're just like, no, but let me prove myself to you. And so you feel like you'd give them another chance. Like your heart is telling you one thing versus your mind. And so you're having this hard time in deciding whether or not you want that connection. You're the only one, by the way, that got this like, Maybe I will. I don't know. I'm so sorry if this is absolutely not at all like what you're feeling. Because if it's not you feeling this, then it could be them. It could be them trying to make a decision. Because we're obviously seeing the decisions of whether or not they take control of their life. It's their decision whether or not they move on. And even here in the Six of Pentacles, they have a scale that they're holding. So like it's in their balance. It's their choice to make. It's both of your choices to make, absolutely. So we're going to roll this Astro Dice for any last messages. So this could be your sun, moon, or rising, or theirs, or it could be some traits that you guys need to possess in order to navigate this situation. Because this one's a little wild. We have coming through Taurus. So it could be your sun, moon, or rising, or theirs. Taurus is also very, very stubborn. They can just plod along and just keep on going kind of thing. So it could be somebody is dug in their heels a little bit and they're not budging. We also have Cancer coming through. So with Cancer, this could be dealing with someone's emotions. So someone really investing a lot into their emotions is what I'm getting. Because like we're also seeing like in the Ace of Cups how it's like overfilling and overflowing. It's kind of like their emotions are just so much, and like this one was stating that there are these blocked emotions. So I wonder if you or the person that you're thinking about like can't believe this happened kind of thing. They're just like, no way. I thought we were endgame. And we have Cancer coming through again. So really this is an emotional connection. So something's going on here where you guys, like, I feel like you had something really intense, quick, fiery. Like, again, I shuffled really fast, something that was just really passionate and fast. And now you guys are like discombobulated. Like, it feels kind of woo, is the feeling that I'm getting. So if you liked this reading or it resonated with you, remember to leave a like, comment, or subscribe for more tarot pick card readings in the future. And also, if you feel safe to do so, leave a green heart emoji in the comment box below to let myself and others know that you did get this far in your reading. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in our next video. Have a great day.